I just don't understand. I really, really do not understand how Lil Boosie feels like he's going to get out of this. So, Little Boosie Badazz, everybody knows, is a Louisiana rapper who's, you know, took over our childhood. Him and Webby, you know, put out a lot of great hits, but he ran into a lot of trouble, right? So he was on death row for a murder or several murders that he ultimately was acquitted of. So he beat the charges, or the charges were dropped. I don't know how that worked out because some 16-year-old shooter came out and said that he was the one that did these murders. So Boosie walked off scot free. Well, I don't know about scot free, but you get what I mean. He's out. So after that, he hasn't really been the music star he's been, but he's been like a kind of a social media star. So he's been on doing all these interviews with Vlad TV. He's been throwing these parties. He's been doing a lot of stuff, making a lot of money, you know, throughout his with his old music. But he's been dropping new music, so he haven't really been known as a music star, more so like a personality. You know, people seeking out his opinion, stuff like that. And he been running into a lot of legal trouble, right? So he had a federal gun case, and the way he got into this gun case is he was out with his boys. I don't know what they were doing, but his homeboy went live on Instagram. And when he went live on Instagram, Boosie, as a convicted felon, had a gun on his hip. So the Fed seen that. It went viral. They locked him up. He was arrested. So he's about to go to jail for that, right? He had an upcoming hearing. Everybody thought he was about to go to jail. Miraculously, he gets time served and like probation. So people like, and you know, this is some street stuff. So people like, oh, did Boosie snitch? Did he do this? I'm not into all that. I'm not a street cat, so I'm not gonna get to talking about all of that. But he did get a very slap on the wrist, a very good slap on the wrist. Now, throughout all of this, he was begging for a pardon from President Donald Trump. Now, Donald Trump is selling pardons like lemonades. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have been saying that you can buy a pardon. A pardon's for sale if you know the right guy or you got the right amount of money. So Boosie tested out this theory. So Boosie is now suing a political lobbyist group, Jacob Wohl and Jack Burkman, claiming he paid them $600,000 in real money to help secure a Trump pardon in his federal gun case. So he's taking legal action against them. So according to the reports, Boosie claimed the agreement required the lobbyists to refund $300,000 of the six if they failed to obtain the pardon. He says no pardon was secured, even though he got a good sweetheart deal that wasn't a part of the deal. He was supposed to get a pardon, which would wipe him clean of all his federal charges. And that's very, very important because there's a lot of restrictions to what he do. He's on paper. He's on probation right now. He just had another case that came up that in a bar fight in Houston where somebody allegedly hit and assaulted somebody in the club, hit him with a hookah, the hookah thing. So he got a lot of legal troubles coming his way, and he could end up behind bars. So he was trying to get a pardon to wipe everything clean. So he kind of starting over, right? So those state charges that he got coming up won't be as severe because he will be wiped clean. So he said he didn't secure the pardon, so give me $300,000 of the $600,000. Now he paid $600,000. He's only trying to sue for $300,000. So the Louisiana rapper hired this firm, pleading guilty to the federal possession of the firearm as a convicted felon. The public lobbying group confirmed that the firm was working on the behalf of him to seek the presidential pardon But they say no type of refund was in the contract. They failed to deliver on that. Now, these are two convicted felons that he gave this money to that claim, now these are right wing MAGA people that claim that they got the ear of the president, and if they just give them some money, they can promise him a pardon. This is what now all of this sounds like bribery, right? Obviously, you guys are listening just like I am. I'm like, okay, so you're suing in federal court to get some money back for paying some lobbyist group to bribe the president to give you a pardon. Okay. Now, the 300,000 went to their group and the other 300,000 went to their group, but it was supposed to be refunded allegedly if the pardon wasn't secured. Now, the pardon obviously wasn't secured, so Boosie wants his money back. But I don't really understand how you are going to go and prove in federal court that because you didn't get a pardon that they promised, they don't have the power to give you a pardon. So in their defense, they could have been working on a pardon and then got to Trump, and Trump said, I want $5 million. I want $1 million. I want $2 million. Or I want Boosie to come to a rally with me to promote XYZ during the midterms. You know, Trump does that a lot with a lot of his black operatives that he pardoned Lil Wayne. He pardoned Kodak Black. He's allegedly about to pardon Diddy, right? Even though he's kind of walked back the notion that he's about to pardon Diddy because of Diddy's, you know, words during some of his campaigns supporting the Democrats. Him and Diddy were friends, but now he walked that back. But now there's more rumbling saying he's going to do it. We all know that the pardon is for sale, but maybe Boosie didn't pay the right people or he didn't pay enough, so his money is basically good as gone. So Boosie is suing these people. Again, ultimately, he avoided additional prison time without receiving a pardon. So a federal judge sentenced him to time served and 300 hours of community service, which is now in jeopardy because of this Houston incident. But I just really want to know, how idiotic do you have to be to go in federal court and say, Your Honor, I'm suing because I want a refund for my bribery charges that I gave this firm to lobby to get me a pardon? Now, what you should have did, Boosie, is hired a law firm closely connected to the Trump administration. Paid them an exorbitant amount of legal fees, got your case overturned or pardoned, and you do this through the lawyers, not some lobbying group. See, you're trying to play the white man's game, and you don't really know how the white man's game is played. It's played through the lawyers, not some right-wing lobbyist groups who are convicted felons who claim to have the ear of the president. Let me give you guys an example. So, you know Tesla, right? Okay, Tesla is named after an inventor. His name was Nikola Tesla. So there was this company that claimed that they were creating EV trucks, and the name of the company was Nikola. Like Tesla is named after, the EV company is named after Tesla. Nikola is named after, it's the same person, right? But this was one of the inventors of electricity. Okay. The founder of Nikola got pardoned by President Trump. But guess what? The brother of President Trump's attorney general was Pam Bondi. Her brother is an attorney. He hired her brother to represent him. When Pam Bondi became the attorney general, Pam Bondi has the ear to the president. Now, President Trump pardons him. He's out. That is how you do it. I'm not saying it's going to work, but it's going to work a hell of a lot better than Boosie hiring two convicted felons from a lobbying group. Do you see how Boosie's strategy didn't work, but but the guy that's the founder of Nikola, it worked for him? Go hire the lawyers that are close to President Trump. Go hire former President Trump's lawyers. Go hire people that have a direct communication with President Trump's. Go to President Trump's son's membership group in DC. You're a rapper, Boosie. Go perform there like Kodak Black did, like 50 Cent did, like Ja Rule did. Go perform there. Ask Don Jr., hey, man, I'm trying to get a pardon for this case. I'll pay for your membership, and I got $300-400 grand for you. That would have been a better strategy. Not these lobbying dudes. Like, what are you doing, Boosie? You're an idiot. You deserve to get ripped off by believing in these right-wing lobbyists thinking they're going to give you a pardon, and that's just not how it works. You're trying to play the white man's game, but you're playing it wrong. Again, we all have seen in the media that pardons are for sale, but apparently not for Boosie Badazz. Thank you guys for watching. I want to make a deal with you. On my end, I'm going to produce high-quality, informative content for you to enjoy and learn from. And on your end, you're going to subscribe down below to the podcast. Now we have a 50-50 deal to build this independent media company together. And if you want to invest with us and ensure our success, subscribe down to the YouTube membership. It really, really helps us hire journalists, hire videographers, and do the investigative journalism and independent journalism that you love and that you learn from.